Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
His most successful picks career-wise.
Well, level 2 hit here. Okay, there, Gio does get it. Nice little handshake as Keria is going to try to get the knock-up, but Guma forced to flash away. Gio does eat a turret shot now, and now Keria's getting in there. And one more auto would do it. Can he get in range? But no, the Q's going to come in from the Renata, and even with the lick, maybe. No, he's going to get the last auto, and that will be first blood going to Keria as Peter immediately trades it back.
Really good plays. Completely outclassed like we saw Chovy do to Yehu. This whole draft falls apart. Zoner
tries to stick around to get this ward, and in the 2v2, this should favor Faker and Owner, as now Calmy's eating a huge amount of damage himself, and Sylvie now has to flash away. Q lands from Owner, and that is just a straight up kill. Gets a little bit of help from Faker, and now Owner's coming back. He's angry, and he's not even looking. Calmy just dies and accepts his fate. The level 4 Sejuani gank, I mean, Sylvie does not have flash, and yes, Faker doesn't either, but he can just run north as now an ult comes down and Calmy is going to try to take him out, and he does, and now the interrupt on Owner, but he still gets that E down, and Sylvie is not able to do much unless Owner sticks around. Might have a little scuffle. Miss on the Sonic Wave now, but Flail does. A lot of matchups end up that way against Orianna, so... Now Q is going to connect here onto Sylvie as the action does not stop in this early game. Here comes Keria, just going to dive onto two people. There's no level 6 for them, but he's got it as Devour comes through. And now Gio's in a lot of trouble as Owner is getting pretty low. The bailout comes in, and actually Gio is fine for just a little bit. As now we get another Abyssal dive, but it's denied as the lick is going to get the kill from Keria. And we got a little 2-on-2 action now. Peter and Calmy on the run. And meanwhile, Faker just
not able to come down here and make an impact on this play just yet. He's waiting to maybe look to do it, but they know he's missing mid.
Yeah. And now he's going to jump on in. He does have his ult, I believe. Maybe not. Just going to auto him down. The E is good enough, but now Keria, a nice little dodge sidestep here from Calmy, and Peter's blocking the lick, and there's no Devour at the moment. Maybe one more one more lick
for by Nongshim. Well, the bottom lane isn't winning, Valdez, and that's where I was going back to. Is like, yeah, they're like, you wouldn't put Senna into Kalista. Tom Kent's Senna into Kalista. We've seen teams try to do that. You got to ban that and then pick the Senna, but Keria's pretty good. His Owner just keeps pushing this.
He is going to land the kick, though, and he's got some help as well. The roam up from their bottom lane. Guma right here, and it's going to help out in that one.
Going to be Chemtech Soul. Either Valdez. We have that confirmed early, so I think the action will just continue here.
Calmy just got back to lane. And Sylvie just got his ult back, though. Might be able to punish Faker here, who does have his flash, but doesn't have anywhere really to run, and he's just going to run into the turret instead, and Sylvie will pick up the kill.
Yeah, Faker looked really... You can't win this matchup, then Tristana does not end up doing anything.
Well, we're going to try to play onto Zeus here underneath the turret as we'll hold the gold card, but Sylvie is tanking up the turret as now we got TP coming in. And Zeus is burning down a bit, but now with Faker and Keria making their way into this fight, it's looking pretty good for the side of T1 as Dundun. He is Udyr, but not too easy to run away from the Tom Kent. Abyssal dive comes through, one more lick will be dodged, and will not get stunned up because of that dodge. Nicely done by Dundun to get away.
Yeah, nice escape from him. He is Udyr after all, very good at escaping, but Faker did not have his ult when he eventually teleported in. Okay, he does now.
Okay. All right.
That's what I was going to say, was he didn't have his ult there to catch him, but he does now, and also perfect time.
I think he is in some trouble, especially if Sylvie does come through the jungle here. Although he might be able to execute.
I think he might, and okay, Peter.
It's looking pretty likely that he gets out here. Although Peter is really fast. But so is Orianna after all. Faker's going to get away and just gets executed down after taking the turret. Meanwhile, they're getting a Chemtech Drake as Nongshim.
Extremely aggressive plays and turn them around, and they're not faltering.
Hunters going in. They don't really have any vision, but they don't seem to care. Handshake comes through on a Peter as Owner's basically just trying to decide if he wants to go for a little insect play or not. Decides on no. Faker in a bit of trouble here. as they might have the burst damage. He does have arm guard already, but a bit of help from Senna perhaps. Now this is, oh, well, Honor's gonna get on over, and now it gets the kick onto the Tristana, and Sejuani is barely gonna have enough damage. Sylvie will take him out. Call Me will be traded back though.
Yeah, Owner basically 1v1ing the Tristana there, as Faker will escape. Owner has 5 kills this game. He's sitting on a Sundered Sky and just some additional health in the longsword.
The turret in the inner bottom turret as well, so he's feeling pretty good about his situation. He's had mostly a free game, although he has been ganked quite a lot, as now he's trying to go 1v1 versus Call Me here. One more card should do it, and that it will, as Zeus takes him down.
Yeah, he's just that far behind. Cannot fight this. What kind of night it is for them? It's a weird night. It's not quietly into that weird night.
It's a popcorn night.
It's a popcorn night. Good night to have popcorn in the audience, as the gold lead growing.
Nice flash, at least, to get away from that one. But now we got TPs galore. Everybody's joining in this one. As, oh god, Call Me is tanking all of the damage. Really nice ult on the 2 of them, though. But the Devourer comes through onto Zeus. He will survive as they take out Call Me, and they will take out the Kalista as well. And immediately the fight is turned around. The Devourer coming in huge here. And T1, of course, with the very large wallets at the moment. Can they take out Zeus? The answer is no. And that is a clean ace for T1.
Team fight there. 2-item Kalista.
And Karya is a Omega tank at the moment. Like, he's got 2 armor items. They don't have AP damage outside of Udyr, as Bailout comes out, just kind of laughable at this point. Call Me is going to avoid the loyalty program. And yeah, they're just kind of putting them out of their misery. T1 not wasting any time with this one. As maybe Faker, oh god, he just is gonna get devoured. And yeah, Call Me just sad by himself in the fountain. T1 should be able to take this first game in about 23 minutes.
The most T1 game I've ever feel like I've seen, Valdez. Just so much coordination.
Look at that healing, Jesus.
The healing is crazy. Down goes the Nexus. Every time you think you've got him, every time you think you found an angle, they're just better at rotating.
Just watching this in Challenger League.
So when I watched Challengers, when it was Ash Rumble, what T1 Challengers did was Smash and Reckless, was they slowed contest possible here for Dragon. And that is not what you want to see. And if you are running the Karma, he is going to come over now, but it's very late. See if they can get something done in this skirmish. So hard to fight with Smolder in these very, very early skirmishes.
There's just no way. I mean, he's just dead. I don't even know why they walked up to that one. Peter just going to die. He did try to flash. And
The thing is, as a commentator watching Smolder games sometimes with our East Side teams, it's just the win conditions aren't necessarily fully understood. As Sylvie coming up here, let's see it. Zeus is in trouble.
Yeah, this is Mininar, and he is going to have to flash out of this one. Tries to flash to the side, still gets hit by the Q, as Sylvie is a genius on that one, and Dindin gonna take a bunch of damage, but he will be just...
Somebody click on Smolder.
No, don't.
Somebody
Please,
click on Smolder.
No, I don't want to see it.
I think we know.
I'm gonna guess 30. Well, the ult's gonna come in here as Sylvie is going to eat a bunch of ultimate abilities. Has to flash the seismic shove here. Does Jiwoo. As everybody has joined, you talk about the ability of the Taliyah to
where
they're getting denied so many minions right now.
It's insane.
Like, look at how much XP they lost. And now they're gonna try to fight this 4v4, but again, their bottom lane doesn't exist. Jiwoo is gonna hit a Q. That one's point and click, thankfully, and Donor just flashes away, and he's totally fine as the rest of them. Just gonna pump damage into that Karma. And, well, at least the turret survives. I don't think that's actually a good thing at this point in time.
No, it's keeping him away from minions. It's really annoying for him, actually, as you will get some of these at least.
Just gonna flap away. And the Q is dodged here. I mean, this is just like, this is just bullying. And are they going to get the turret? I don't know. Chain of Corruption comes down, and now Peter's going to just barely survive with that shield as Sylvie desperate to try to help, and he finally will be able to. As the turret, it stays alive on about 5 health.
Yeah, well, that ended up backfiring for T1 in a big way, staying there. This play, on the other hand, where Rumble just presses Q and flashes onto the poor Milio, who can't do anything about it. Call Me?
Okay, well, now Call Me is, he is Karma. He's just going to flash out of this one. Faker, though, with his own flash, trying to hit some rocks, and that he will. Flashes forward for that kill. As looks like Owner just threw an ult in, and Calmy just got comboed. The power of
Blindfolded, actually. Lee Sin's on the other side.
Birthday Party just got really overly aggressive at this point, and Keria is just eating 3 turret shots for some reason, so he is just gonna die. Trying to flank on the support rumble, I guess. I don't know.
It's okay.
Talia with Infernal Soul, Varus with Infernal Soul. Heck, even Gnar. Pretty strong, as Calmy does not have Flash. He does have a Tether and Prayer, I suppose. But after Shock does come through, and the Permafrost, and that will be the end of the Karma. Just very far up the lane. With
Curious, but
well,
let's see how mysterious this is. Yeah, let's see.
Now, Talia, okay, he is going to be able to knock him away. And now he's got a Blast Cone. Maybe can help him out with a TP coming in, though. Looks like Faker is not very long for this world. He is going to get a nice combo, though, on a Calmy. He's keeping them at range. Another Q is going to land here from Calmy, but eventually Sylvie works up the courage to challenge Faker, and that will be the end of that. So we do have the the red carpet is called down, and Keria is just shelling at him from range. Doesn't even need to burn him in this case.
So much time spent on the bottom lane for Sylvie. Obviously, that yes, Faker dies, but they get to set up that play topside with the support rumble, drop the equalizer, and coming up empty.
Yeah.
So he calculated there from Sylvie, like sand going through Owner's fingers.
Well, Keria is ganking top again. And let's see how this one goes. Udyr this time around is unmovable, but it does not matter. As he got CC'd by dying, actually, this time around. Nice little steal here from Sylvie, trying to make a play. Kick comes through, hits the both of them. Now Mom is called down for, it feels like the first time in this game, actually. 14 minutes in, and they just...
As T1 a little bit late on the rotation. Zayas does have TP. He's getting a turret, meanwhile.
I wonder if we're going to get a Huni rating on this Rumble, by the way. It's a support Rumble, so perhaps not, but he has gone for the Huni builds, including Ignite, as you would in the bottom lane. Zeus is here. Mega Gnar is about to time out, though, as ult comes down, and everybody's corralled against the wall. Oh, no! Zeus is going to take advantage of that. Now, it does go the way of Nongshim. The Drake, they do take it out, and it's a 1-for-1 trade at the moment. Keria flashes the wall, doesn't get anything. Comes up empty, and you know what? Nongshim, they get the Drake. Good job. So I don't think he's that close, but he's at 174, which is not bad considering the way the early game went for 18.5 minutes. So
yeah, got a decent amount of stacks off that last fight, too, and now he's going to go get some off of Guma.
Yeah, it's a bit more. Let's add a little bit more into that. Guma getting pretty low. Equalizer comes down as Sylvie gets in there and he catches Guma. And he might go down for it, but look at the damage he does. Duny gets into that back line. And this Happy Gaming doesn't feel very happy anymore as Nongshim are fighting, but Calmy does stay a bit too far ahead of his team as everybody else was running away. Felt like Nongshim might have been able to extend. Still pretty good. And now actually it says right down there that it's at 6.93, so actually pretty good.
Yeah,
at the moment. And we're getting some damage into this one. Equalizer comes down. That is a nice wall to get them against the wall. But it is going to be smited away by the Owner, actually. As now, in the pit they are. They all got to flash away. And down will go Sylvie. Not able to secure that objective. So T1 able to get this fight and get the Infernal Soul point.
Still have enough space on the... Still at least salvage it in that you were able to get the dragon itself and you get some of that scaling. But now T1 are on Soul point. They win the fight. They are going to start Baron.
Well... Mom's trying to help out here. Faker is pretty low, gets a big shield from the Saris, but they're not going to be able to stop this Baron from going down as Jiu going to flash forward and doesn't even get the kill. Owner might bite the dust, but trying to just back out this one. Is going to elect to flash away. Zeus as well just hops, and T1 are pretty much out. Calmy is going to hit the Mantra Q, but no execute right now. And now they're actually trying to turn something onto Jiu. You do not have to stay here, T1. And Jiu is flapping on in, looking for a bit more. They do not have any vision. And now the entirety of the team at T1 is sticking around as they're looking for a fight.
Yeah, this is T1's way. Oh, you think you're going to pick us? We're actually, how many of us are still over here? You don't know. And now they know.
Jiu's going to miss. Unfortunate. But now they're
time of the Baron away with repeatedly stopping those backs, but not able to get any kills. As Dundon will get some bounty gold here for his squad, but see if Zayas can make anything of this play with the Weaver Wall.
It's looking like Dindin is going to run away from all the rocks. If you can outrun the rock missile speed, I think you'll be fine here. He's just running the opposite way now, trying to buy as much time as possible. And you know what? He might just be fine, especially with this nice little disengage cone. Not sure why we still have these in the game. Dindin just still running. And I think he's going to go down right now as Nongshim trying to fight here in a 4v3. Gonna bait down an ult from Owner, I guess.
I mean, the idea is good at the moment. That dude's on that last fight, and if he's just a few stacks ahead when he flashes for that play, maybe he gets the kill. His equalizer is gonna be huge.
The equalizer is pretty gigantic. Calmy is in a lot of trouble. He does not have his flash. He's just running away from this one. Keria, he's got Sylvie on top of him, doesn't care. Even Mom's gonna try to help out, but it does not matter. And T1, looks like they've had enough of the shenanigans, trying to get some actual value out of their Baron push.
Yeah, a very weird game, but the chaos is...
Ooh. And the poke is it's beginning to land here. The Varus having a bit easier of a time from range. Calmy is not hitting the poke. And it might just come down to a bit of a split unless T1 can get a fight started on their terms. As everybody on the side of Nongshim is just backing away. We got a wall here. They just want to get this Infernal Soul. And Nongshim are just going to give it up. They say, nope, we don't have the positioning on this one. And we are just going to let them have it.
It's not getting better for Nongshim, but if they lose a fight here, the game just ends. So have to be proactive. They're trying to find an angle, but T1 just not leaving any openings. And Zeus has teleport. He's going to threaten a second inhibitor here. Somebody has to respond, but that means Baron. And it's not going to be Dindin. He's not enough to answer this push.
Well, I guess it's the whole team. Guys, you're going to give away the Baron.
It's Gnar also here for Zeus.
Will they get Zeus is the question. It looks like they should be able to relatively easily. And yeah, Zeus is like, okay, you got me. You did get me. But you're giving away the Baron. And I suppose for Nongshim, they'd say, well, we're never going to be able to try to fight for Baron right now, so let's just take the consolation prize. But again, it kind of feels like you're...
Will. He gets it.
No, they won't.
He gets it, right? He wants Dindin instead.
He's going to take down Dindin. And now we got a wall coming down. Zeus is going to get that one. As Faker is just going to have to go into stasis. He is going to be executed. And now Sylvie, he gets a kick and immediately dies, but that's 2 executes now for Jiwoo, who's looking for more. There's the third one. Triple comes forward from Jiwoo. And that will be 4 as Guma does bite the dust, and Jiwoo will survive. Quadra kill as T1 can't quite break the base down.
All right, so that is so much money that he just picked up here. We'll see what he ends up buying. Could just straight spoiler and the upset. Nongshim at Prio. And now Dindin, he's going to back. He can take it in.
Yeah, are they going to fight this or what? I mean... maybe looking for a steal of some sort. It's just going to come down to a 50-50, but that's Elise City kicks him away, and it goes to Varus! Guma is going to get it! As, you know, Varus does have a smite of his own. It's his Q button, and he will take it down in the chaos. T1 get it, and they're just waiting for the smolder. There's like negative damage going into him, though. Jiwoo kept alive by the Melio. Meanwhile, Zeus trying to end the game.
Which Elder's better, Valdez? I think I know. He's going to TP back.
Okay. And the game is not over.
It's not over. It's not over. Jiwoo, how many stacks? But they're not consistent. So he's just had so much power in all of these extended fights. Now, T1 are going to start this Baron up on spawn here. No one is even in the top half of the map.
They're just using the Elder Drake to get this objective. And they'll have
so much damage.
Yeah, the trouble you mentioned is 1 Q.
Yeah, just one.
Which is actual trouble. Keria as well. He nearly died. He almost died from 2 abilities. And now we got Gnar in the top side. Big equalizer. T1 trying to put an end to this one, but can they is the question. Guma desperate to try to take down the turret. He gets the one. And Dindin is tanky enough. We still got 1 Nexus turret. And that might be enough as Jiwoo is so fast. He's going to land 1 Q onto Guma. Guma, he's going to flash and die.
Flash is too late. He's in Q range. Just come back into this fight at full health. Not going to be allowed to. TP here on Zeus.
This is Jiwoo, and I think he's going to be able to kill Zeus. Zeus just going the opposite way. T1 are taking down the Elder Drake as this is happening. And Zeus, I mean, this is going to take a while for them to kill him. He might even be able to get this inhibitor as Mega Gnar comes in. He's got Zonya's created as Mega Gnar, and down he will go. He does get executed, but Elder Drake taken by T1.
Yeah, but Elder Drake, this isn't that good for T1, to be honest with you, Valdez. Like, their comp doesn't do longer damage.
They deny it from...
Fly over it, though.
Uh-oh, Gio, he's getting aggressive.
Okay, now he doesn't have his flight. Let's see if Faker decides to capitalize on this.
Guma almost died. And he's going to flash early this time. Q comes down on Owner. I don't think he's getting out of here unless he flashes. He's going to elect not to flash. As meanwhile, Zeus, he's looking for the end. He's trying to just take down the turret, and he will. He's going to take it. The rest of the team is just running away. They do not want to fight this Smolder.
I mean, look at how many structures T1 have up as well. It's not like T1 can just go, oh, okay, or rather, Nongshim can just go, oh, okay, well, we killed your critical members here. Let's just push this 5.
Then you can get in. Also, if Faker does it, he can just Weaver's Wall in. So that's another option.
Yeah,
but
they need,
in Zeus's case, right?
They need to realize that and actually sweep that out potentially here is T1 are going to start the Elder to try to bait them in to being away from their base and not reacting. And Nongshim also don't care about
they know. They just pinged it.
Yeah.
They know something is there. This Elder Drake goes down and I think nobody cares.
I think he just swept it, yeah. He just swept it. This is basically okay.
This guy.
Baker's just gonna try to get an inhibitor down because when these inhibitors are up, you have so much time, and the fact that Jiwoo also has teleport is just so frustrating because he can just come back at any time and deal with you.
All right.
And they got Baron, but no inhibitors. So right now, I got the count. 4 Barons have been taken. Now 5, 3 Elders. Guess what? Nongshim, 1 Elder baby. Is that Nexus naked? That's right. You guys aren't seeing this wrong.
Jiwoo, okay, he just tried to get in there. That was a bit scary. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. My heart was not ready.
No.
Karya. Bomb called down. He's on the run. No, he's dead.
He's trying to bait, but this...
no, he gets the flash. Great timing. Equalizer comes out for a bit of poke, I guess.
I mean, he avoids the Glacial Prison.
1Q. Oh! Jiwoo! He's dead! They did it! They killed the Smolder!
That's game!
That's the game! All they had to do was kill Jiwoo! And they did it! GG! I guess T1 will take this one as they use their 3rd Elder Dragon to win game number 2.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable game of League of Legends. Doing better.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.